As you can see in the title of this video, I wish to speak about the Naruto series. I actually have just recently completed a big 3 reread, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. I have some One Piece videos on the channel already talking about its popularity and why I believe Crocodile is the best character in One Piece, so go peep those. And I have a Bleach video cooking up and on the way. But I really wanted to talk about Naruto and my current opinion on the series, not having really reread it properly from start to finish in a very long time. And I have to emphasize this point. I am not a Boruto reader or watcher. This is somebody's opinion who has very limited interaction with the Boruto series. However, I will let you know what I do know. I did watch Boruto Next Generation's The Film, on top of the 10 chapters after the manga ended, with Shin Uchiha and Sarada trying to figure out who her real mom was with the whole Karen Sakura situation. That I have consumed, and I've seen the Momoshiki fight in the anime, which I think is a great anime episode, but that is also part of the Boruto Next Generation's film, and that is all I really know about the Boruto series. So if anything I say has been changed because of the Boruto series, I don't know about it, and that's the reason why my opinion could be slightly off. Now, Naruto was the first of the big 3 that I ever interacted with. I'll never sit here and pretend it wasn't a major part of my childhood and growing up. For God's sake, I used to wear ankle weights because of Rock Lee. That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen at one moment, and you couldn't tell me otherwise. So for soccer and basketball and track, I always had my ankle weights on trying to be like Rock Lee. I am a huge fan of the Clash of Ninja series. I think the Ultimate Ninja series is cool. The Ultimate Ninja Storm series is fine. Xbox had their like Path of Ninja or whatever it was, or maybe that's the Game Boy game I'm thinking of. But my favorite was always the Clash of Ninja series. I've played every single one, even if it's Japan only. My favorite being Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. I thought that was an absolute blast. And with that, I kind of given you a bit of the background, a bit of the work. So let me kind of tell you what my current opinion is and anything that's changed or been altered or completely stayed the same, having properly reread the manga. I'm going to start by standing by part 1 being absolutely, truly elite. Now, I know like Dragon Ball, Naruto was just Naruto. Dragon Ball has Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, because of the anime splitting up the kind of adventures of kid to teen Goku with more adult Goku. And Naruto did something similar with Shippuden. But the entire manga is just called Naruto and the entire manga is just called Dragon Ball. I'm aware of this, just so you guys know. I titled this, Is Naruto Overhated or something of the sort. I'm not entirely sure what the title is yet, because the general reception in my neck of the woods is that it's easily the worst out of the big 3, and it's not a good series, it's not a good manga. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I haven't held many things against Naruto and had extremely negative opinions, especially as the 4th Ninja War kind of went on. But having reread it now, I feel like my general opinion is much more tempered, though in my neck of the woods, it's still very hated. Now, oddly enough, I will say, for anybody in my community, my fan base, my kind of like Twitter, online social media spaces, people seem to really like Blue Vortex, Blue Vortex, Boruto or whatever. Now, you can't convince me to read it. I don't care. I needed to see Naruto become ninja president. I saw him become ninja president. I'm satisfied. I'm not particularly interested in continuing, though curiosity does tend to get the best of me, so you never know in the future. But I want to talk about some of the new things that I noticed about characters, moments, techniques, events, and things of that nature. So do I have any new favorites? Do I still like the same characters as before? My top 5 characters in Naruto are Orochimaru, Might Guy, Shikamaru, Gaara, and probably like Hashirama. I used to be a Neji guy growing up. Like, Neji was my favorite. Hyuga clan for life. The Byakugan, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But we know how that ended. And over the years, my love for Neji has definitely waned and dissipated. Seeing him again, kind of talking about fate versus destiny when he was fighting Naruto and his whole beef with the Hyuga clan, main and branch family stuff, was nice to re-experience. His fight with Kidomaru was actually a lot better than I thought, because I felt that he was absolutely fighting somebody who was a terrible matchup for him. Yes, he had the chakra control and precision to cut through the webs, unlike anyone else, but he's a close distance fighter. He's a taijutsu specialist, right? He's a I almost said soft fist, gentle fist user. So fighting somebody with precision and long range, like destructive capabilities was crazy. And I would have lost because I hate spiders, so he would have beat me. Shit, I would have cried. That being said, Orochimaru to me is just so menacing, and like he kills me because like that nigga will just kidnap a kid off the street and inject you with some cells to see what happened. My guy has a terrible fit and a goddamn bowl cut, but my man has no ninjutsu or genjutsu capability on some Rock Lee, and he's nice. I think he's better than Kakashi. Secretly, deep down in my heart and my soul, deep in my heart, even though I like Kakashi, but my guy's that dude. Shikamaru was always solid from the get-go. Lazy, but man, that brain, he's brilliant. Gaara's a new entry here, being in my top 5. I won't lie, I always liked unhinged Gaara a lot more. On these fucking craziness with Shukaku and him, making him like the insomnia driving him crazy. But having actually stopped like being agenda driven in any capacity and wanting to read this at face value and give my like best opinion on it, I'm not trying to be impartial, unbiased, or impartial. I'm just trying to give my general thoughts and feelings on the matter. I will be unbiased where I think I need to be unbiased, but Gaara was a solid character from start to finish, and he is better once he's no longer a Jinchuriki. I actually think he's a much better character. And Hashirama is my favorite out of the Hokage. He got that good wood pause, so that's my guy. Quick side note, I do want this to eventually become my main channel and pour most of my focus into it, and I've been working hard behind the scenes, but I do have another channel called Naya Hemmings, and I have a revisionist history playlist here where we talk about Naruto, Bleach, and many other series. So take a look at this playlist if you want to see some of the earlier discussions we had a few years ago about the series. If you want to see how my opinion changed, go peep that. Now, the Chunin exam is elite and is still an absolute motherfucking classic. Still one of the 10 best battle shonen arcs I have ever experienced in my life. And I do think the Sasuke retrieval arc is amazing. I know it's not a very original opinion, but I absolutely stand by part 1 being fantastic from start to finish. I really like Kid Naruto a lot. I think he's a little more endearing than his older version. And something I never gave him credit for is his battle IQ. He's got the best battle IQ out of the big 3 main protagonists, the other ones being Ichigo and Luffy. The way that he uses his shadow clones to trick people and get like that Zabuza moment where he has Kakashi in the bubble. Because he's a prankster and a trickster, he actually has a good mind suited for combat. And this is a series where I believe no matter how powerful you are, you do need to have a certain level of battle intelligence to be able to overcome certain obstacles. It's the reason why, even though Shikamaru's not a powerhouse with immense chakra and some crazy lineage, he's always valuable because that dude is brilliant. His cerebral horsepower is off the charts. Older Naruto, I like a little bit more. I still think his moment with Pain is like the coolest moment. But at that point, you start to really get like he's like the Hokage's son and stuff like that, Kurama, and it almost doesn't feel as earned as when he was being kind of the underdog and being reprimanded by the village and hated on and really had to prove himself. But Naruto is fine, all things considered. Now, for some things that I maybe didn't notice, I don't think I ever realized how much of a genius Kakashi was really heralded to be. Like, he was a Jonin, stupid, dumb, young, part of the Anbu Black Ops, really young. Maybe I just didn't remember or didn't take it in, but I like Kakashi. Kakashi's a hard character sometimes to kind of gauge, but I ultimately do like him. I just think, my guy, just taijutsu, he just punch and he kick good, and with that hard work, man, I really wanted that for Rock Lee. Not an original take, I understand, but it is what it is. Orochimaru, Zabuzan Haku, and Pain to me are the best antagonists, and they still hold up extremely well. But I have to say this, I don't particularly love the story around Nagato. like the whole stuff with the signing and everything, and maybe like the story he tells about what happened to Yakihiko and everything. It doesn't particularly move me, but I understand how it bled into his motivations and how he wanted to impact the world. I also don't necessarily love that his eyes were given to him, but I get it, Uzumaki clan things, yada yada, whoop whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. But he's a great villain that's eventually turned ally, and I think his thematic role really works and it hits. Madara on this reread hit a little harder for me. I felt like I understood him more, but I'm more of a Tobirama guy because I like water and I hate Uchihas. He was right. Let me stop. But Madara's cool. He's cool. I still don't really like the whole Kaguya thing, but hey man, Madara works, man, and his rivalry with Hashirama is legendary. I think the series starts strong with Zabuza and Haku, Zabuza specifically because of his whole upbringing, his like bloody assassin nature, and how much he actually ultimately did care for Haku, and he went out like a G. Like, I respect him. Like, Zabuza was that dude. I like Haku as well. Orochimaru will always be the best antagonist to me. Project Konoha Crush during the Chunin exam and how he came to fight Sarutobi, the third Hokage, and everything, and getting his jutsu sealed. Absolutely incredible work. He's my favorite Sanin. I am a Jiraiya enjoyer. I am not a Tsunade hater. Orochimaru's weird. He got a lot of snakes. That tongue be freaking me out. Yeah, he's an incredible villain. I kind of don't like the role he takes on after that fact, but I don't think it was nonsensical for him to come to that conclusion when it was all said and done. I don't have much to say about Kaguya. I know this ultimately bleeds into the Otsuki clan doing way more things in Boruto and whatnot. I should probably mention this too. This is probably very important. Just a quick, I guess, tangent. I really do like Naruto The Last, the love story of Hinata and Naruto. I think it works really well. And the whole, like, Hanabi, Pure Eye, put into the Otsuki to get the, is it the Tenseigan it's called? I think it is. When he like Chakra mode was crazy and he, like, cut the moon in half and was fighting Naruto on the moon. That was all really cool stuff, and I really liked it because I'm a Byakugan glazer. That is my favorite ocular jutsu that's ever been created in the Naruto series. Sharingan's cool, Rinnegan's amazing. I noticed like 100,000 more eyes now. But the Byakugan was always the one that was my favorite and the one that I thought needed a bit more love. And with it, I guess, having another form to some capacity, I think we've shown it a bit more love. But it's the one eye that I still think is underdeveloped. If that changes in the follow-up series, you can let me know. But I still think it was underutilized and underappreciated. And I really wish Gentle Fist played a lot of a bigger role in the series overall. But I don't have much to say about Kaguya. She's not dope. But Naruto has hit and miss villains. But on average, I think they work. The Akatsuki is pretty damn good, all things considered. I think Deidara is underrated. I actually really enjoyed him this read through. I thought his fight with Sasuke might be underrated. I don't know. Maybe people talk about this in the Naruto community. I'm not particularly ingrained in that community. They kind of don't like me, and I know why. It's definitely my fault. But the one that people kind of hype up that I don't necessarily see is Kisame. I don't think Kisame is a scrub or a bum or anything. I like bro, but I don't know. He ain't moved me, but I do like the way that he went out, I guess, kind of like allowing the information to like be taken from him, and I think he delivered a scroll somewhere or whatnot. But his fight with Guy was dope because Guy just did a super ultra punch with his fingers twisted up like gang signs. Like, I couldn't absorb it. He's like, nah, that was just a punch. And I'm like, bro, Guy is him. Madara may have crowned him when it comes to taijutsu. You are the best, but he was already nice, bro. That's my man. I'm a my guy enjoyer, man. I'm sorry, like that's my boy. It's always weird when I say this because it sounds unbelievable, but I never thought Itachi was quote unquote a bad guy. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Itachi is an angel, but for some reason, when the twist came that he really like stopped a coup d'etat and was trying to protect Sasuke, blah blah blah, whoop de whoop, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Like, it didn't shock me that he was really still like a Konoha ninja, if you get what I'm saying. I know it sounds weird, but it never really fooled me for some reason. I could never tell you why. It was more of just a feeling, an instinct, not necessarily something I picked up cerebrally by reading the story. I just never felt like Itachi was against us, if that works. For some of the other members, I don't really care for Sasori. I don't like Kakazu. I think he's a fucking bum. I'm sorry. That's trash. 5 hearts. Oh, chakra nature. Mask. I'm like, yeah, you're garbage. I don't rate him. Hidan was alright. I really like Hidan because Shikamaru got his leg back for what happened to Asuma. That was really dope. And again, Shikamaru was consistent, and I really love that he becomes Naruto's like advisor. It makes so much sense for him. Like Naruto's kind of power and him not being traditionally intelligent, though I do think he gained some wisdom maybe in his older age and experience at the very least, but like Shikamaru's brain and his brawn, that's a dangerous combination. So I totally like that. I actually do want to talk about Danzo. Danzo's a character that I always found very interesting, and this might sound strange again, bizarre, but I love the role that Danzo plays thematically in Naruto. I almost find him to be the dark side of like the Hokage. Like Hiruzen, though he's made his mistakes, he is a good guy and a nice dude. And Danzo was willing to plunge his hands into the dirt, blood, and mud to do whatever it takes to protect his village. Assassinations, killings, lying, underhanded techniques, and whatever. And the fact that he has that nasty Shin Uchiha Sharingan arm thing, oh, it's so gross to look at. Like, it's actually creepy, but I love that. It's like, it freaks you out a little bit, gives you the heebie-jeebies. And his fight with Sasuke was cool. I think he's kind of trash for not knowing how many friggin' eyes he had on his arm and got it tricked by a simple genjutsu trick. I think he's kind of trash for that, but I've actually liked the role that Danzo played. And sometimes I wish maybe he was around a little longer, but I like how he tried to kind of usurp the 6th role, as in the 6th Hokage, but he was not him. He was not the one for that, but I want to give him a shout out because I think that he's dope. Now, I really understand that what I'm about to say next is not an original take, and I'm sure a lot of you are tired of hearing this, but if you have a counter argument and maybe I'm misreading something, absolutely tell me in the comment section below. But I do think Naruto betrays or drops its general messages in the beginning about things like hard work versus being a genius, or fate versus free will, destiny versus free will, and it kind of goes against that in the long run, in my honest opinion. I think Naruto was always destined for greatness, the same way Sasuke was with his lineage and who he's tied to, his mom being the previous owner of Kurama, the Jinchuriki. Like, it was hard for me to be like, you're gonna fail. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to really see that. And then when he's like, oh yeah, you're the reincarnation of my sons Indra and Ashura or whatever, and it's just like, okay, so Ninja Jesus' kids are like, all right, cool. And the original reincarnation was Madara and Hashirama. I just don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't know what Rock Lee does in Boruto, but I think characters like Rock Lee and maybe some other ones who weren't particularly gifted genetically didn't really get a chance through their hard work to really show what they can do. I actually think Might Guy is the best representation of that, which is probably why I like him so much. Because originally when he says that Lee has no talent for ninjutsu or genjutsu, I thought that Guy could do those things. He just chose not to because it wasn't his specialty, or he just preferred taijutsu. But it turns out he doesn't have that aptitude either, and became a fantastic ninja. And I think another thing that I don't love about Naruto as it continues is I feel a lot of the cast gets pushed to the wayside. A lot of characters that we may have had some investment in don't get their moments or due diligence, because the series really starts to focus on Naruto and Sasuke's path back to each other, to see if Naruto can take him from the darkness as Sasuke's falling more into the darkness, the Uchiha curse. I don't think it's a bad story. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think because personally Naruto and Sasuke aren't characters that I particularly enjoy at a high level, and I'm a very character-driven person when it comes to the narratives that I experience, whether I'm playing, watching, or reading something. I care about characters the most. Then the second thing would basically be the central and or subplots. World building and lore come later for me on a personal level. And I really wanted characters like Rock Lee, Neji. Shino is my boy. I think Shino is low-key like nice, but it is what it is. Shout out to the Aburame clan. Bugs, I don't fuck with Bugs, but hey man, do you? I really thought that maybe these guys would get more moments. Like when Kiba tried to say he's Hokage, I know they made a joke of it and kind of clowned him too. I was like, yeah, like shut the fuck up, because like at this point, what are you gonna do? And I just wish that some of those guys, especially the Konoha, was it the Konoha 12, 11, whatever, from Naruto generation, maybe got a bit more shine. But they had their moments. Like I don't want to take that away from them. Like, what's his name? Fat guy. Choji summoning the like pills that he had to take from when he was younger, fighting Jiburo, whatever, from the Sound 5, but he just summoned the wings when he had to fight Asuma. Like, they've had the moments, but I just felt like a lot of them could have maybe had a bit more and a bit more seamless. But I think just like a lot of shonen series, the series gets a little bit too big for itself with it's so many different subplots going on and so many characters. Now we're bringing in legends from the past in the fourth Ninja War that we have to pay respects to. Oh, the Mizukage or the third Raikage and things of that nature, which I do think also contributed to everybody else falling to the wayside as Naruto and Sasuke became more prominent. Ultimately, we know why, and it made sense. And on that topic, Naruto versus Sasuke, Part 1, classic, elite, still one of the absolute greatest fights I've ever witnessed, watched, played, read. I really don't love the second fight nearly as much, but that first round is still elite, still a classic, still raw, still peak, absolutely incredible. Now let me talk about Chakra as an energy system. I think it's good. I'm not gonna undersell it or overhype it. If I had to grade it from 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 7.6. Like, Chakra as the energy system is good. It works. It makes sense. Understanding that some people can combine more than two natures together. The reason why Haku could use ice was because of wind and water. It all made sense. It all worked. And teaching Naruto that so he can like transform the Rasengan to perfect what Minato could not, I think was really good. I do think that later on, starting to add some of those, like, what is it, Senju Uchiha, Six Path, stuff like that, it gets a little murky, which is why I kind of take some marks off. And I do believe, if I remember correctly, if I have to find it, there was a small change and a small retcon a little bit. Nothing egregious, but Chakra works. It's fine. It's fine. I like Chakra. I ultimately think Naruto was a perfectly fine manga and anime with many unforgettable moments, arcs, highs, incredible fights, attacks and moves and abilities, but it simply does not move me tremendously at this point in my life the way it did when I was much younger. I am higher on it than I've been in years though. I would give it a 7 out of 10 if I had to rate it out of 10. And this part, I just kind of want to mention a few things that I think are pretty cool. I really like the 6 trigram 64 palms move that can like take away your chakra that goes like the 128. I think that move's super cool. I think the Hyuga clan needs to like create better long distance moves and techniques and ways to maybe cover up the blind spot in the Byakugan a little bit better and try to push their ocular jutsu further. I don't remember if they ever got rid of the branch family, main family stuff for some reason. It's not coming to me, but I actually do like the Boruto movie. I like the Naruto The Last movie. I think Naruto and Hinata are a good couple. My favorite couple is probably Shikamaru and Tamari. Speaking of Tamari, I like Tamari a lot too. She's probably one of my favorite like women characters in the show. I was a Mei fan before. I'm not sure why. I think she's kind of trash. Oh, and I have to tell you guys this. It's kind of funny. I have an unreasonable amount of hatred for Kabuto. I have never liked that nigga. My ninja info cards. I hate him. I hated him at the beginning. I've never liked Kabuto. Kabuto never did one thing that made me smile and go, that's cool. Oh, that's sick. I hate him. And when he I'm a dragon. Oh, Orochimaru. Oh, I got the sage mode. I'm like, oh my God, get him out of here, please. So thank you, Itachi, for hitting with the Izanagi and stuff like that. And by the way, those techniques are cool. The Rinnegan is really cool as well. Naruto vs. Pain is really good. Jiraiya's death is very impactful and emotional. I think it's a powerful moment. I like it a lot. I actually like Killer Bee and A. They're pretty dope. Minato's pretty cool. Not really a huge fan of him. I'm more of a Tobirama Hashirama guy. I actually do like Sarutobi too. My favorite Hokage is still probably Hashirama. I was genuinely shocked he was that raw when Madara was like, ah, shit, like he's covered. He's like, ugh. Oh, by the way, the two meteors, that was hype. And I don't know if I think I remember this correctly. Within the same year, within 4 to 6 months, somebody in the big three summoned a meteor. It was Fujitora in One Piece, the double meteor from Madara. When they're like, okay, you stopped one. How about two? I said, that's crazy. I saw a nigga drop to his knees and I saw all the hope and belief in his eyes turn to despair. And then Bleach had Grammy when Kenpachi cut it. So, like, it was dropping meteors, man. They're dropping bangers. But ultimately, Naruto is solid. I probably do think it's a little overhated, at least in my neck of the woods. I don't know what the general consensus of Naruto is now. But, thank you guys for listening. I do have a proper Bleach scripted video coming out soon. There'll be more Naruto and more One Piece videos to come in the future. Thank you guys for listening to my disorganized ramble as I prepare some more content for you. Be safe. Have a good day. Take care of each other. And bring back the evil Orochimaru. I need that.